Okay, I'm gonna do a quick video on sports. I just want to look at, should Arsenal keep Ozil and Sanchez? The answer is simple: no, they shouldn't. For two reasons. One, you need to recoup some of the money you spent. You spent so much money on these two. They promised to be the messiahs, the people who take Arsenal to the promised land, but they haven't, and they haven't signed their contracts. Right? I think you should cut their losses. Arsenal should cut their losses, get whatever money they can get, and go and buy some other players. Now, Wenger is stubborn enough to say no. Arsenal are going to keep them till the end of their contracts, but that doesn't help Arsenal in the long term. Let's remember what was the reason why Arsenal slumped. The reason why Arsenal slumped was because they had to build a new stadium, and they had to keep the books from going red in the black, or they keep it in the black, not making losses. That was the reason why they became a seller club, and they sold all their talents from the invisibles, from the the invisible team. You couldn't continue because you had to rebuild, right? And with Ozil and Sanchez, it was Arsenal's chance to say, okay, we can go into the market, pay 60 million, pay 40 million, whatever we pay, to get people who are going to compete in the European Championship and stuff like this. Now, some of the money has been misspent in the transfer market. You can see that Arsenal has not had the same touch it had before with people like Henri, people like Vieira, who is sitting on the bench. I think they should go back to their strategy. Who is sitting on the bench? Who's supposed to be sitting on the bench? I mean, it's you either go for Mario Götze, you go for a Dortmund, or you go to Dortmund again. Schüller. I don't know for what reason why Schüller is always on the bench. He was on the bench for Chelsea, on the bench for which that's the other German team, which is sponsored by Opel. And he's also on the bench for Borussia Dortmund. I think he's a better player than that. He could be easily replace Ozil if need be. Two, Di Maria is sitting on the bench. Drexler is sitting on the bench. Right? I try to bring Drexler in if to replace either Ozil or Sanchez, right? Sure, he'll be taking a risk because Arsenal is not in the Champions League, but next year it will definitely be in the Champions League, either through the winning the Europa Cup or qualifying outright by coming fourth, right? So Arsenal has to cut their losses and has to see, wow, we've made some mistakes in the transfer market. I mean, what mistakes have I done? I mean, buying this boy from Manchester United, what's his name? Welbeck, he had a streak, but he is, if you look properly, he's not class enough to play to be the leader of your team in the European Championship. He is all right, right? So Arsenal should definitely cash in. I mean, there are loads of players who are sitting on benches who are unhappy, right? You don't want another disaster. You don't want a disaster like what happened with Chamberlain, where he goes for free. So January you have to sell ozil and Sanchez, and they have to ask themselves questions, right? If they bought you with such great hope, why haven't you fulfilled it? Why haven't you elevated Arsenal beyond where it was? In fact, you made it worse because Arsenal never used to be in the Europa Cup, but it's now in the Europa Cup. Now, didn't they buy more players to supplement them, or to supplement Ozil and Sanchez? And why does Ozil look happier playing for Germany than he looks for Arsenal? Anyway, for me, I think if these people want to go into the fourth year of their contracts without signing, or there's only 12 months left, Arsenal should cut their losses and sell. Now, I think they might try to sell them in January, but selling in January is difficult. During that break, it's very difficult because teams don't want to spend a lot of money during that break because everything becomes inflated. So it will be interesting to watch. And two, I think, especially Sanchez, it's going to be very difficult to replace him to get similar quality as him. But if the man doesn't want to sign, you have to sell him and develop your own talent. I think they should have developed. They should have developed Campbell. I think they should. There's so many players they should be looking to develop. Ayobi, can Ayobi, Jack Wilshere, can he play? Can he replace Ozil? It's all. Do we need Drexler to do it? I think you need to replace them and then ask Ozil, Campbell, whoever comes in to compete for those places, right? I think they should cut their losses. And two, now, having said that, okay, do you see that the results between Dortmund and Schalke? Dortmund allowed Schalke to come back from 4-0 down. The same thing Arsenal did a few years ago against Newcastle. 4-0, you've got so much chance to kill off a game. But these teams like Liverpool, who allowed Sevilla to come back from a 3-0 deficit at half-time. These teams just want to play one way, go and score. They cannot shut down a game, right? And that's a problem for Arsenal. It's still a problem for Arsenal because, especially in the European Championships, away from home, you need to, concede one goal, try to score another goal, a goal on your own. But you need to limit how much. You cannot just say, "Oh, guys, we were gonna play." That's what Klopp does. That's what Borussia Dortmund and Liverpool suffer from the same thing. Go out, guys. We're an attacking team. We're gonna attack. We're gonna excite. But when it's time to kill a game, you have to know how to kill a game. If you cannot kill a game, because you watch. Dortmund are not going to come back from that 4-0 without scars. If you lead 4-0 and you lose 4-0, you are going to be scarred. And you're going to be hurt for a long time. You'll see in the next few games Dortmund plays, they will be uncertain about themselves. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like it, share it, and we'll see what happens. But Arsenal has to be clever now cut your losses. These people don't want to sign. Okay, it gives off a message that you are a selling team. But if you go and buy similar quality players, there are players all over Europe who are sitting on benches, who should not be sitting on benches, right? I don't know about this Costa guy. Willian is sitting on the bench for Chelsea. How can that be? He's a quality player. So wherever you look, there are people on benches, and these are the sort of players you're looking for. So Arsenal has to change its mentality or change its message, and you shouldn't allow people to use. I know Sanchez has come under pressure in Chile to move to another team, but the guy's 30 years old. I mean, okay, he might have 2-3 more seasons in him, but he as soon as you hit the 30-year mark, you're not the same player as you were, right? So I think they should cut their losses and go and invest their money somewhere else. I know that it's very disappointing that the players didn't want to sign. I don't know what their reasoning for not signing is, but you're given so much because you're expected to provide so much. And ozil and Sanchez, you've disappointed ultimately, really. Ultimately, you've been disappointed. I don't know what else to say. They've disappointed. We're more disappointed. Okay, Sanchez has performed well, but look at the previous occasion. He was on the bench for Barcelona. He wasn't showcasing his talents. So I mean, it's time for Arsenal really to go back to the trenches, go back to trusted methods, go back to Brazil, getting Brazilian players, getting Dutch players, or players from Ajax. That's a formula which works best for Arsenal, and Arsenal should go back to what has worked in the past will work in the future. Go and raid benches. Remember, Kanu was on the bench for Inter. Beckham was unhappy at Inter. Henry was unhappy at Juventus. Vieira was on the bench for AC Milan. That's why they got them at bargain prices. Today, there are no bargain prices. But there's still some players. Think about it. Isco was on the bench for a long time until they saw his potential. There are people on benches who should be regulars. Okay, it's disappointing that ozil but they should also be careful. Chamberlain, what are you doing at Liverpool? What is happening with him? You're not a bench warmer. Thank you.